Current status, 55 saves to date. We had 55 fines as of yesterday. We had 1 save last year. Believe it or not, it's the first one in Puerto Rico wing history, and it was done in the U.S. Virgin Islands. Yes, as a reminder for those of you who aren't aware, the Virgin Islands are part of the region, so maybe we should have a conference there someday. I'll pay for that one with National as well. The commander's dashboard. How many of you are serving or have served as a commander? Raise your hands. Yeah. For those who don't, we have a dashboard. You can see it. Basically, if blue, you're doing really well. You're ahead of the curve. Green, you're doing right. Yellow, a little challenge. Red, not so good. But all the statistics that we collect and report on in terms of meeting our strategic plan, in terms of meeting our program plans, in terms of budget execution. So here's the deal as of yesterday. And this changes daily. When we did this presentation in Georgia, everything was blue or green. Because when did we do Georgia? We did that basically towards the end of the month. We're in the middle of the month. By the time we get to the 30th, and trust me, on the last day of the month, these colors are gorgeous. On the first day of the month, oh, we are so deep in red ink, it's terrifying. So it's flexing. 96% on cadets, 99 to 100% on seniors. On the box over here, not blind anybody, when you see these numbers, these are part of the strategic plan and goals, where the reg says have to have 2 TLC. The objective is to have 3 TLC trained members in every cadet and deposit squad. So when you look at that, we're green, which means we have met, or we're meeting the requirements set forth, not just by the regs, but also by the strategic plan, which kind of stretches beyond the regs. Whereas red, number of senior rated officers in the cadet protection program, not so good, 38%. Orientation flights. Orientation flights. First flight, syllabus 1. What aircraft is it in? Glider. Flight number 6. What is it in? Powered. Those are the only 2 flights that count in that number. If you give a cadet ride 2 or ride 7 first, the way the system currently works, we're trying to fix it, they will never get credit, and you will never get credit to change those numbers. So when you're bringing your cadets through their first flight, we consistently prove over and over again, you've got to get them in the air in the first 180 days, and you've got to do syllabus 1 and or syllabus 6 before you do anything else. Otherwise, we never get ahead on the statistics. Utilization of flights. I've got another slide to show this. Inspector General, 1.81. Basically, 4% is not where we want to be. That's a vast improvement from a few years ago. We've had some hiccups, but we're overcoming them. Vehicles, 100%. Aerospace Ed. When we talk about 9,000 and change members, regular members of Civil Air Patrol, that doesn't include 50-year members, life members, or the 1,100 members who are Aerospace Ed members. So when you put them in, we have over 10,000 members in this region. Notice this tells you arms. Notice there are no requirements, no investigations, no actions pending at region headquarters. They don't sit around. In most cases, they will sit around for 10 days if I'm traveling. But I'm in the system every other day. Reviewing the investigations, reviewing the reports, making decisions. You also see no cadets waiting for uniforms. That's a sort of every other day routine. Go in and how many new cadets need to get their uniforms. Believe it or not, it's my job to make those approvals. So I spend a lot of time online going through this. Safety currency. Interesting fact, every single member is supposed to be basic safety complete. We're at 90%. I can tell you in January we were 75%, so we are improving. We're at 68% though, which means statistically 38% or 1/3 of the people in this room have not taken safety currency for this month. Like, look around. Not me. No, I'm good. It's not hard to do. In fact, tomorrow the arms. Next, or 2 weeks from now, Memorial Day weekend week, there is the National FEMA Preparedness Week. There's a different event every day in terms of organizational preparedness, personal preparedness, community preparedness. Every unit and every member that participates in that and goes and updates and verifies that with their unit commander will get safety credit for that training. When we did the hurricane preparedness, the National Day of Safety that FEMA ran 2 weeks ago, I sent information out to the wings and squadrons and hopefully it filtered down. If you read that 15-page document on hurricanes, for example, how many realize that even Arizona gets a hurricane every decade? Yeah, little things you discover. You look at the number of frequency. Mississippi, around the coast, doesn't do too badly, but there's one county sort of above the toe of Louisiana, or from Louisiana, Mississippi, that gets as many hurricanes coming through there as the coast. Kind of an interesting little fact. Safety credit for that. The point is, safety education is not to sit there and read 15 or read the same PowerPoint slides and take the same test every month. I realize the system lets you do that, but then I have to ask you one little question. I'll leave it to you to think about. Where's your integrity status on the little fun meter if you're taking the same thing every month for your safety credit? I'll leave that for you and the chaplains to sort out. But here's our numbers. 10,154 total members as of 4 o'clock yesterday. Broken down, short term, which means this time last quarter, this same day, and 1 year ago today. So we're roughly 50-50 on cadets. We have one wing that has more cadets than senior members, Puerto Rico. Everybody else has more members, senior members, than cadets. Here's our challenge. Half of those were green last month. We dropped for the first time below 1 mission check pilot per aircraft. So I'll pick on some people who moved in the region who still fly, still have their home memberships elsewhere. We're working on that. Orientation ride, 61%. We're getting close, but we're not quite there yet. Anything in green means we're doing well. This is where we ended up last year. There are 3 different scores there. National average year to date, the total projected average. So we achieved 174 per airframe last year. Our objective was 200. The minimum. As this moves by month, these numbers converge. This was the end of the year for us, for the region. We did pretty well. This is where we stand today. We're doing well, but the Army is, and I don't count Southeast region, because we count regions kind of differently than wings. The only unit in this region that is above the requirement, 117 year to date, is Headquarters Southeast region, along with the DC wing and the North Carolina wing. Hi, Larry. Yeah.
Anything you want to know about that?
All I can say, sir, is up until yesterday, since September, the only unit above that line has been either region, standing alone, or region in DC wing. So I'm glad North Carolina came to the game.
Well, DC wing has 4 aircraft, and North Carolina could use 2 more aircraft.
Hey, as I understand it, pardon this, guys, as I understand it, you can move your aircraft anywhere you want in your region, sir. And if you want to share with us, we'll take it. No, seriously, this is how we measure performance. This is part of the thing that helps us sort out aircraft allocation. If we don't fly them, we lose them. We have to move them around. I have it yellow because 64 is the national average where we need to be. 117 is where we currently are in terms of the prorated 200 per year. So to get green, you need to be at the average. If you're above it, you get blue. If you're below it, you get yellow. If you're below that 64, red. Now, good news is, for the first time this year, this calendar year, none of our wings are in the red. Because last month I had 2 that were below that 64 number. So we're getting better. But we're also getting our peak flying season. Everybody reported, so I have no issues there. Thank you very much. And I appreciate it being early. And I have to chase down half an aircraft someplace. Gliders, we lead the nation right now. Of the 2,000 sorties year to date, 723 of them are Southeast region. But there are 3 numbers we track. First, the objective is getting 200 sorties on the glider. I'm trying to get 250 per glider. Second is we want 200 O-ride sorties for cadets. And we're trying, the other objective in that is these are O-rides done at the glider centers as opposed to at glider academies. And while we get credit for glider flights that are done by the SSAs or done by member gliders, they don't help our per aircraft average on the ones we own. So when you look at these numbers, 723, only 433 or 43 of those are actual cadet O-rides, and our average is 93, but 160 of that 723 is in non-CAP aircraft. Don't stop doing that. Some places we have to do that, but understand it has an impact on differentiation. Putting it another way, we are here, and it is May. That's where we need to be by 15 September. Or we risk losing a glider. Gliders have the same kind of challenges as the commercial aircraft, but I've been tracking gliders that going back to 2007, so you can see where we've had loss of emphasis, and then we started, and I set these standards when I came on as region commander, which is trying to meet them. And we're doing pretty well, but I'll tell you, on average, Illinois Wing puts in 1,100 to 1,200 glider sorties per year, and they don't start flying until next month. Yeah, one wing. Our entire region has barely gotten there. So there's our challenge. Money. Don't worry about the red over there. We front-loaded all the missions and the wimmers up front. So if you fly them, you will get them. Here's the challenge though. If you spend 44 days before you submit your 108, it ties up money I can't use elsewhere. So turn in the sorties, complete them. If you have multiple sorties in a mission, don't wait till the mission's done to do the sorties. Turn them in over time. We realize there can be 30 days on average in cases for those FOBs that don't do credit cards, that don't do multi-service cards, that are mom and pop and only run their figures at the end of the month. But don't wait another 30 days after try to submit, because once you cross day 45, thank you very much for your donation. That's the good news, or the bad news, depending on your point of view. The other side of that equation is once you do that, now the money's free, but it's usually too late for me to use it effectively someplace else. So help me help you, get those in on time. And that 249 number altogether is a plus up, because we started out about 235. We have gotten money for every wing in this room when they've asked for it. Because I've been able to go forward just fly it based on the flights we're doing. So keep it up. Same thing, look at, as we go through on cadet O-rides, we've gotten more money. 176 gliders. We're about halfway executed on the budget, and I front-loaded the budget for gliders for the year, and I doubled it since then. The money that's available, we should be able to put 1,700 to 1,800 sorties in the year. So it's not a matter of money, it's a matter of pilots and cadets and time. Maintenance, we've adjusted there too. So we have had more money put into the Southeast region budget since 1 October than the initial intent for the year on 1 October. I don't want to give any of it back. In fact, as the saying goes, fly all you want, because I want to get more.